Hello, everyone. Thanks for tuning back in once again to the Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur TV show. I'm your host, Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur. So, as you're coming in, please feel free to go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Be sure to click the notification bell and click the word all so that you're notified each time the Queen Goddess goes live. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur. You can also follow the Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur fan page and follow me on Twitter at DGoddess27. Okay, so let's just get right into it. So there was a shooting at a club in Cedar Rapids, and they say that 2 people are left dead and 10 people injured. And so this occurred about 1:30 in the morning, Sunday morning. So a man and woman were killed after an unknown number of shooters fired between 1 to 2 dozen shots in the Taboo nightclub and lounge. Now, as many as 150 people were inside the club at the time the shooting began. And they say the club was hosting a 90s themed party. So officers on routine patrol downtown at the time of the shooting were able to respond quickly. They say that the police the police chief, Wayne German, told the reporters in a press conference or news conference that officers were standing right outside the club when people rushed out just before 1:30 a.m. And at the same time, German says 911 dispatchers were receiving calls about a shooting from inside the club. Now, the man and woman who were killed were found inside the club. And they say, however, the suspected shooter or shooters, because they don't know how many there were, said they may have escaped the scene with the rush of patrons, and which is likely what happened. When they went in there and shot up the club, and then the people started fleeing the scene, of course, they ran out with the people, hid their guns and just ran right out. So nobody knows even how many shooters there were. And they're now currently investigating the scene and also speaking and interviewing witnesses. So to say additional information regarding the deceased will be released pending the next of kin notification. German said the shooting appears to be a targeted attack and there's no current threat to public, he says. He says he's livid and angry that the continued disregard of and lack of respect for human life continues to go on. He says he wants to reassure the residents of the city that Cedar Rapids is a safe city. And so the investigation is ongoing. Anyone that was present when the shooting occurred or has knowledge of the incident is asked to please contact investigators. But here's the thing. He says that he wants to reassure people, the residents, that Cedar Rapids is safe. I don't think it's safe at all. Okay. In fact, I think it's very unsafe because there has been shootings for the past 3 months, okay, in Cedar Rapids at these nightclubs. And I'm going to talk about that in a second. But the mayor came out and released a statement saying that Cedar Rapids Mayor Tiffany O'Donnell issued a statement early on Sunday morning about the shootings at the club that left 2 dead and 10 injured. It's saying that our hearts are with those impacted by the incident last night. This is not who we are. I'm not laughing at the incident, but I'm laughing because isn't this what they always say? They always say this, and President Biden especially says this about the divided snakes. This isn't who we are. Well, I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but this is absolutely who you are. This is the kind of people that you have in your city, and this is the kind of idiots and devils that we have in our country. This is absolutely who we are. Now, she says that our hearts are impacted with those that were impacted by the incident last night. I want to thank our police officers for their swift response and their hard work every day keeping us safe. O'Donnell concluded her statement saying that we as citizens need to do our part. We must head off incidents like this before they happen. That means respecting one another, resolving issues peacefully, and holding ourselves accountable. That's how we build a safe and welcoming community we all want for Cedar Rapids. Anyway, they say that they're still investigating this, and if you have information, they want you to call 319-286-5491 or Lynn County Crime Stoppers at 1-800-272-7463. Now, I'm going to share my screen and go to some footage about the incident. Everyone, please like and share, subscribe to the channel. If you haven't done so, thank you in advance.
Police in Cedar Rapids are looking for people responsible for a deadly mass shooting from earlier this morning. 2 people are dead, 1 man, 1 woman. 10 others were injured in the shooting at the Taboo nightclub and lounge. We start out our team coverage with KCRG TV9's Nicole Agee live at the scene along 3rd Street Southeast. Nicole?
Yeah, Phil, this has been a difficult day for so many people. Of course, the families of those who were injured or killed in this shooting, the first responders who responded to this scene early this morning, as well as the dozens who were inside the club at the time, and the community. So many people waking up to that news today with this feeling of shock, grief, and questioning, how could this happen? As you mentioned, Phil, we are on 3rd Street Southeast. This is the corridor that connects downtown Cedar Rapids to the Nubo district. We're next to the map room here to give you a little perspective about where on 3rd Street we are. Taboo is inside the historic Sokol building, the building you see here with Hawk's Nest and the awning here. You can see Cedar Rapids police are off to the side. They're going to remain on scene. I talked to an officer just a few minutes ago. He said they will stay here until the scene is clear. Last night, according to social media promotions, there was a 90s themed party inside when the shooting happened, again, taking the lives of 2 people. And there was a balloon release for one of those victims earlier this evening. One man's nickname was written in candles outside of Taboo. Police have not released the names of any of the victims, but about 20 friends of one of the loved ones, one of the victims who was killed, gathered tonight to mourn and to honor his memory.
Okay, so anyway, with that all being said, as I was saying, there's the chief of police said that it's a safe city, and it clearly is not, because this is what happened in Cedar Rapids less than a month ago. It actually was reported March the 14th of 2022. Now they say Cedar Rapids police say 2 Monday night shootings are not related, but they make no mention of a Sunday night shooting that also occurred. So pay attention, honey. It may be a lot of things in Cedar Rapids, but safe doesn't seem to be one. Now, the Cedar Rapids Police Department said in a press release that there were 2 Monday night shootings, and this happened in March, roughly 90 minutes apart, but said the 2 incidents were not related. Police said that 1 person was hurt in each of those shootings and received non-life-threatening injuries. The department did not offer a media availability, and they declined TV9's request for an on-camera interview that Tuesday afternoon. So in the release, police said that they found 1 male at the Cambridge townhouses in Northeast Cedar Rapids with gunshot wounds on Monday night. Police had not released the name of the victim or the age at that time. And so about 90 minutes later, police said that they found a female shot in the thigh in another incident. And this was on the 100th block of 19th Street Southeast. And they say this person was taken to the hospital and then released. Now, Michael Battion, who is the public safety communications specialist for the city of Cedar Rapids, said in a press release that both of these shootings were targeted events and were unrelated. Okay, so the one that just happened last night or, early Sunday morning, that one also was supposed to be targeted. So they have people just going around here looking for people they want to kill, I guess, and they're just following them to clubs or going to where they know they hang out at. That's what it seems like. So anyway, they say, however, they did not mention the other shooting that police say occurred on Sunday, where they found a boy shot in his lower back, and that was the day before. So they say in 2022, shootings in Cedar Rapids have begun to come around the same time. About 3 days separated 2 different shootings in February. Just 3 days apart in February. Now, the month before shootings happened on the same day in January, according to the police. So January, February, March, and now April. But this is a safe place, please. So they say anyone that has any information, they want you to call the Crime Stoppers or whatever. And I've already given you the number. And this is for the incident that happened last month in March, but also for the one that happened last night or yesterday morning. Okay, so this is just all crazy. Now I'm going to share my screen so you all can see this footage. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. Thank you in advance. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel.
injuries. One's already at a hospital. KCRG TV9's Ethan Stein joins us live outside the Cedar Rapids Police headquarters to show us how this most recent gun violence is following a sort of trend in the city. Ethan?
Beth, Cedar Rapids Police Department says that these two shootings are not related to each other, even though they happened 90 minutes about from each other. That's a similar trend if you look at gun violence this year in the city.
It just like boom.
Brad Melishar says he saw people shooting at each other right outside his window. His house has multiple bullet holes to prove it.
It's too close to home.
Each year is getting closer and closer. I mean, how much more closer can it get?
The shooting outside their home in the southeast side of town happened hours after a shooting on the northeast side. It's the third time this year Cedar Rapids has seen multiple shootings within a few days of each other. In February, shootings happened within 4 days of each other. In January, shootings happened on the same day. The Cedar Rapids Police Department declined an on-camera interview about the shootings, only saying the two shootings on Monday were targeted and not related, but it did not refer to another shooting on Sunday night.
A couple big ones and then about 10 little ones.
Melishar will remember seeing the gun firing and is concerned he doesn't know the why behind the violence.
Just wondered, I mean, not knowing what really happened, what it was about.
And if you go further back into 2021, you could see more shootings that happen around the same time as each other. Now, we wanted to ask CRPD why that's the case, but they're just simply not talking today. Instead, they sent us a statement. You can read some of those details on our website at kcrg.com. Live in Cedar Rapids, Ethan Stein, KCRG TV9 News.
Okay, so there you have it. And as you can see, that couple said that there was bullets that even came through their home. So it's very dangerous there apparently. And it looks like these clubs are even more dangerous. So I don't know if they want to beef up security at the clubs, if they want to start frisking people, because it doesn't seem like they've been doing so if people are just coming into the clubs with guns and shooting up the place. So maybe they need to get, more security personnel to work inside and outside the clubs, and then also have people frisked if they have not been doing so, and just take more measures, safety measures and precautions. And if I were living in Cedar Rapids, honey, I would just stay home, because I'm telling you right about now, they seem to be akin to Atlanta in the early 2000s, okay? Yeah, when every weekend there seemed to be a shooting at some club, honey, but foolishly, we still went every weekend anyway. Make that make sense when you're young and foolish. So anyway, this is all crazy. And like I said, they don't even have a clue as to how many shooters there were. And I don't know what the witnesses have said thus far, because they haven't released that information. They're still currently investigating it and interviewing witnesses. So this is a developing story. So I'll be trying to keep you all updated on that. Everyone, please like and share, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And I hope to see you all at the next chats. Peace.